God, please, no! So today we're gonna be looking at cooking with Paris Hilton because I was so incredibly stupid and I decided to put an Instagram poll and asked you if you were interested in seeing a critique of a Cooking with Paris show. And unfortunately for me, everyone said, fuck yeah.
Okay, this is going to be either really easy or really difficult.
I'm gonna be commenting on the first episode and then I'm gonna wrap everything up when it comes to the whole season and I'm gonna go back to the studio, but this is me being my influencer self and giving you my immediate thoughts of Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian West.
I love cooking, but I'm not a trained chef, and I'm not trying to be. I have a few go-to dishes. Living nachos, Jell-O shots.
First of all, Jell-O shots is not a cooking recipe. It's not.
I've never made any of these dishes before, but my sous chef is Kim Kardashian. She has to get breakfast ready for 4 kids every morning.
Oh no, she doesn't. She doesn't have to get breakfast ready for 4 kids every morning. Fuck that. She's way too rich for that.
I know you love balloons.
I love this. This is so awesome.
I am so scared.
Who is this for? Is this like for rich people that don't know how to cook and they want to feel better about themselves and their own skills? I never noticed that Paris Hilton's hair is so long. Is she wearing extensions? Is this a good question to ask? Let me know.
Toast and like an omelet kind of frittata thing.
Okay.
Have you cooked that before?
I can.
An omelette frittata thing. Those are 2 different things. 2 different things!
Would love this. They all would. They love to cook. That's the fun part of having kids is you can cook with them and do fun things.
I love how Kim Kardashian is talking about the fact that it's a beautiful thing of having children, that you can cook with them. But you're literally describing giving children things to do so you don't have to do them. Also, is it me or I find it incredibly creepy when people use gloves while cooking? I don't know, I just really like feeling the texture of food because that says a lot about the dish that you're actually trying to create. And wearing gloves just feels like you're about to operate on something weird.
If this was cookies, it would work, right? Stay back, I don't want to kill anyone.
Had your recipe books to know what the next step is, which was just like make French toast. Oh, that really doesn't look good. Oh, that really doesn't look good.
Okay.
And then you put it on the pan.
Okay, I like that.
That's a great concept. Did you just make that up?
I think you have to cook. No,
It's not gonna work.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Oh, she just broke your kitchen. That's how good she is. Lovely. It's like making an omelette, but it goes in the oven and it's way more difficult. I love these weird tiny comments.
It is a blender.
Yes.
Blender.
Oh,
That.
Yeah.
This?
Yes.
Okay. Probably should have thought twice about wearing white in the kitchen. I was trying to color coordinate with balloons.
That is actually the good advice. Like, you would never wear white to cook. It makes no sense. But I'm surprised that she didn't even think about using like an apron. She doesn't have a cute apron. That's so weird. I mean, there's just another thing that she can bedazzle. Bedazzle. I think that is the first time in my entire life that I've said that word out loud.
Yeah, tong. I didn't know it was called that. I just called it like the picking up thing. Cooking tip. These are tongs.
How out of touch do you have to be with your own house and kitchen that you can't find tools? Especially when they are on the table. Wait a minute. So tongs are usually used for when you're flipping meat, for example, when you're serving salad. But why would she ever use tongs to just cook the bacon and the cherry tomatoes? What do you need to flip with those? Why wouldn't you just use a wooden spoon? This is already driving me way too insane.
you're not supposed to leave this in the middle of the thing to cook in here.
Oh.
So I'm not a frittata expert, but I'm pretty sure that you don't have to put it in the oven. You can do everything on a frying pan if you just cover it up, right? I'm pretty sure I should ask my Spanish friends to tell me what they think about this.
So if it were me in my kitchen, this is when you take the 12 minutes to clean. Okay.
Who the fuck has 2 dishwashers? People barely have 1 dishwasher and she has 2. This is like a personal thing, but like I find it incredibly weird that people have specific timers instead of doing it on the actual oven itself. Why would you not do it on the oven itself? Especially nowadays, all ovens have timers inside of them. Whether it is digital, whether it is like the thing that you turn, you know?
No, eggs could turn into the cloud.
I didn't know that eggs could turn into clouds. Wow. This is funny. Wait a minute, there are croissants on the table. They didn't make those, that's not fair. You can't add things that you didn't make to your own cooking show. That's cheating.
I wonder, well, we'll try it first and then if it needs salt.
I love that tiny moment of panic when they just look at each other and they don't know what to say, whether it's really good or it's delicious or it's shit.
This is restaurant worthy.
So I'm not an expert at cooking shows in general, but there is one thing that I really enjoy, and it's people actually tasting what they cooked and kind of trying to describe what it feels like, what it smells like. And in this show they do it for literally like 1 solid minute and then they go back to talking about, I don't know, celebrity stuff. I didn't expect to find it so funny. I'm pretty sure that they did it on purpose. I mean, they probably know that we're making fun of them, right? They probably do it on purpose to be as out of touch as possible so that we can laugh at their expense, but at the same time they try to keep it as sweet and genuine as possible, even though as we know it's not really possible because they're celebrities and that's all they do with their lives. I wanted to do something different for this video. I actually ended up shooting everything with my iPhone, but at the end of the day I just wanted to come back here, especially to give you the critique for the entire series. We had 6 episodes in total, so we had the breakfast with Kim, which is the one that we just discussed. Then we had the tacos night, we had an Italian night with Demi Lovato, we had a family steak night, and a weird Thanksgiving night as well.
My dog pisses on the bow, I'm gonna be furious.
So I deconstructed everything into basically 3 categories. First category is gonna be everything that is just weird and out of touch, everything that is actually funny or interesting, and everything that I consider to be problematic within the show. I think if we wanna be as entertaining as possible, we probably have to start with the weird and funny stuff, right?
No, this is not the best outfit to cook in.
Almost everything that comes out of Paris Hilton's mouth could be described as weird. I mean, she asks questions like, why do we have to wash the tomatoes? Her friends come with huge, long nails. How do you expect them to just, for example, to clean shrimps with those kind of nails? It's just things that are completely insane, and normal people who cook every single day, they just don't do because it's incredibly impractical. I actually really enjoy the weird comments that came from Paris Hilton, especially considering when she just had to go to the toilet and she just blurts out loud, I have to pee, that's it. When it comes to the editing and when it comes to the production design and when it comes to the way that this series has been shot, it's incredibly weird. Like for the Thanksgiving episode, the episode starts with a weird black and white montage. I guess the joke is supposed to be that Paris Hilton is disgusted by dead turkeys.
Fresh and juicy. Gobble, gobble, when I turn into a turkey.
I actually really like the weird cooking tips that Paris Hilton puts within the series once in a while. Like when she says that cotton candy is basically sugar with more personality, which is objectively a funny thing to say. Or when she's hanging out with her friends and one of them calls her a rich bitch and she's just like, I love you when you call me a rich bitch, I never do that. And sometimes she just drops a lot of truth bombs. For example, who invented stuffing a turkey's ass with fruits and vegetables? That's very true. It's such a weird tradition, it's such a weird way of preparing the turkey.
Crushing it.
And then when it comes to the problematic stuff, some of them are within the taco episode. For example, when she says, my favorite tacos are American style. Tacos are not American, so within the episode, they make a huge taco piñata, which they don't even use. And at the end of the episode, she's shown that she's trashing it, just going up the stairs. Then, of course, why even do a huge Mexican night if the friend that is coming to cook with you is not even Mexican at all, because she's black and Asian? I don't really understand what the point was. I mean, why do you ask people to come and share their recipes when it's not even part of their traditions, right? It's one of those insensitive little things that maybe people will just gloss over, but like the shooting team is telling her how to pronounce a very specific Mexican thing, the cotija, and she keeps repeating over and over the word corita, which has nothing to do with what they're trying to tell her.
Oh my god. Cortija. Corita.
This is really good.
It's corita.
It's so relentless and it's so repetitive that it's not funny anymore, because it is shown that she's not even trying to pronounce it correctly. So it kind of like shows her not only as a person that is completely out of touch with reality, but a person that is really insensitive, that she's just appropriating the culture of other people because it looks nice and fancy, but then she doesn't even want to make the effort, you know, of learning to say one single word.
I want a bite of caviar before they come, and just because I have to like be vegan all day, so just like eat a little of this before we start. Okay.
Other stuff that she says, like beauty is pain, which is something that celebrities and Kim Kardashian and those kind of people say all the time, which is just disgusting and it makes me want to vomit. There is actually a lot of slut shaming within the show as well. For example, when she's talking about the fact that you need to be treated like a Chanel purse and you wouldn't be coming all over a Chanel purse, that you have to be hard to get, which once again is a good example of slut shaming, because having a lot of sexual partners doesn't really define the person that you are and how you should be judged by other people. So just incredibly stupid and bad advice within this series overall.
I pray this food is hot. Loves it. Amen.
Amen.
Then we've got the usual stuff that we expect from these kind of shows, where women are dressed like princesses and they are completely over the top when it comes to their presentation styles. And within the only episode where there are some guys coming over to enjoy the dinner, of course they didn't cook anything, they didn't participate in the cooking at all. And second of all, they literally show up just wearing sweaters and Nike shoes. But they could have put a little effort into it, you know, especially when you see that Paris Hilton changes a wardrobe like 3 or 4 times per episode. I thought that the recipes, some of them were incredibly easy to make, some of them didn't make any sense at all. For example, I've never met anyone who uses both oil and butter to cook at the same time for the same recipe.
Homemade mayonnaise. But we don't.
Dude, I'm already making homemade buttermilk ranch. Like, I'm not doing homemade mayonnaise.
They put onions within a recipe and then they add onion powder on top. Makes no sense. Why would you do that? You already have the onions to give you the onion taste. Their recipe for French fries is insane. They said that you're supposed to soak them into sugary water, put them in the fridge, then get them out again, cook them, and then freeze them again. I've never heard this recipe in my entire life. I don't know if it's maybe a fast food thing, if it keeps the fries fresh for more time. I feel like if you're a fan of celebrities, you might enjoy this, but there are not enough elements within the cooking show itself to make it as entertaining as possible.
I've never seen Kim cook.
Wait, you should.
We'll do it when you're not bending over.
Does Kim seem
We'll wait
to...
till you're finished chewing too.
I mean, I'm just myself.
Well, you want to like look hot on camera.
You're ruining my vibe.
For example, Paris Hilton, at one moment she goes shopping and she's looking for truffles. She buys truffles for $3,000 worth. And I kind of wish that they did that for the entire series. I wanted to see the price tags on every single one of her ingredients, because I kind of feel like there could be something interesting about seeing celebrities, seeing people who have a shit ton of money to waste in food, and see how much they would spend just to elevate normal recipes like tortillas, like salsas, like lasagna or whatever. if you love cooking shows, I'm pretty sure that you love learning as well. You love learning new techniques, you love learning how different tastes go together, and this is definitely not it. If I had to give like a 5-star rating to this show, I would probably give it maybe a 2, just because of how entertaining it is at times, and because the production value, it's incredibly insane how much time they spend just renovating her apartment over and over again to fit the theme of the episode. I like that part just because it's completely insane and no one would ever do that. I hope that I gave you a good idea whether it is good, interesting or not. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it always helps. I'm Patrick and this is Torn Apart.
Oops, sorry.
Da 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 da.